Ladies and gentlemen of the XRP community, today is November 14th, 2025. XRP is priced at $2.25 according to major exchange aggregators. On-chain transaction records from Whale Alert indicate a transfer of 96,269,897 XRP, valued at approximately $221 million, from a Coinbase associated address to a cold storage wallet at 1427 UTC. At the same time, Canary Capital's newly launched spot XRP ETF, ticker XRPC, recorded $250 million in assets under management on its first trading day, November 13th, 2025, per Bloomberg terminal data. This marks the strongest single-day inflow for any exchange-traded fund debut in 2025. Ripple's official reports confirm over 1 million institutional connections integrated with the XRP ledger ecosystem. These data points form the basis of today's analysis, which will examine each element in detail using verifiable sources. This presentation is educational in nature and is not financial advice. All viewers should conduct their own research and consult qualified professionals before making any investment decisions. The goal here is to provide a structured breakdown of publicly available blockchain metrics, market reports, and network statistics to help understand current trends in the XRP ecosystem. Starting with the on-chain transfer activity. The 96 million XRP movement was one of several large-scale transactions tracked today. Sentiment Analytics platform shows that addresses holding between 1 million and 10 million XRP have accumulated an additional 190 million tokens since July 2025. This represents a net increase in mid-tier whale positions. For context, the total XRP supply is capped at 100 billion tokens, with approximately 56.7 billion in circulation. As of this date, the transfer from Coinbase does not appear in isolation. A corresponding inbound transaction of similar volume was recorded earlier in the day, consistent with custody operations for institutional products. Coinbase Institutional provides custody services for multiple exchange-traded products. The bidirectional flow aligns with the mechanics of ETF creation and redemption baskets, where authorized participants deliver underlying assets in exchange for fund shares. This process is standard across spot cryptocurrency ETFs and does not indicate exchange-level liquidation. Moving to the ETF development, Canary Capital filed for the XRPC ETF under the Investment Company Act of 1940. The product tracks the price of XRP through direct holdings managed in regulated custody. First-day volume exceeded expectations, with $250 million in net creations. To put this in perspective, the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF required 11 trading days to reach $250 million in assets after its 2021 launch. The XRPC performance demonstrates measurable institutional interest in XRP exposure through traditional financial vehicles. Additional filings are in process. Franklin Templeton submitted paperwork for a competing XRP-focused product with the standard 240-day SEC review clock. Beginning upon acknowledgement, Grayscale has converted its XRP trust into an ETF structure, providing another avenue for regulated access. These developments expand the range of compliant investment options available to qualified purchasers. The XRP ledger itself maintains consistent operational metrics. The network achieves 1,500 transactions per second under normal conditions, with settlement finality in 3 to 5 seconds. Fees average less than 2 cents per transaction, and the protocol is carbon neutral through its consensus mechanism. Over 2.8 billion transactions have been processed since inception in 2012, according to XRPL.org Explorer data. RippleNet, the enterprise payment network built on XRP ledger technology, connects financial institutions in 90 countries. On-demand liquidity uses XRP as a bridge asset for cross-border transfers, eliminating pre-funding requirements. Reported annual volume through these corridors exceeds $10 billion across partners, including Santander, Standard Chartered, and SBI Holdings. The UAE's Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank announced a pilot program for XRP-based remittances in the third quarter of 2025, targeting the India corridor. Technical analysis of price action shows the relative strength index at 46.99 on the daily time frame, indicating neutral momentum. The moving average convergence-divergence histogram has printed higher lows over the past week, suggesting potential bullish divergence. The 200-day exponential moving average sits at $2.63, providing a historical support level that has held during previous consolidations. Trading volume increased 52% in the last 24 hours, according to CryptoQuant, with open interest in XRP futures contracts rising 18% on major derivatives platforms. Market capitalization currently stands above $127 billion, ranking XRP among the top digital assets by this metric. Year-to-date price appreciation measures 373% from the January 1st, 2025 opening level. The 30-day volatility index remains elevated at 68%, typical for assets experiencing institutional inflows. Community discussions on X provide additional real-time perspectives. User at the XRP_guy posted, Canary Capital XRP ETF closes day one with 200 million AUM. Fidelity manages $1.5 trillion across products. The math on future allocation is straightforward. This received 189 likes and 42 replies within hours. User at XRPUdate shared, 4 whale transfers tracked today, totaling over $890 million in XRP value moved between wallets. Engagement metrics show 216 likes and 28 reposts. User at CryptoSensei noted, approximately 100 million XRP allocated to ETF creation units on launch day. Additional products in pipeline. These posts reflect observable sentiment within the ecosystem. The Federal Reserve publishes regular updates on digital asset research through its innovation hubs. Recent working papers discuss settlement efficiency for high-volume payments. The XRP ledger's throughput and cost profile align with parameters outlined in these documents for potential interoperability testing. Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin, issued on the XRP ledger and Ethereum, received New York Department of Financial Services approval in October 2025. This regulated stablecoin provides another data point in the broader conversation about digital dollar infrastructure. Global regulatory progress continues. The European Union's markets in crypto assets regulation fully applies to stablecoins and service providers. The XRP ledger complies with MiCA requirements for transaction reporting and reserve management. In Asia, Japan's Financial Services Agency maintains XRP on its approved asset list for licensed exchanges. These jurisdictional developments create a patchwork of compliant operating environments. Projection models from various analytics firms provide range estimates. FlitPay's 2025 forecast averages $4.46 based on historical adoption curves. Coinpedia suggests a high of $5.07 under continued institutional scenarios. These figures derive from regression analysis of network growth, transaction volume, and macroeconomic variables. Historical parallels offer context. The 2021 bull market saw XRP reach $1.96 before regulatory proceedings paused momentum. The July 2023 court ruling clarified XRP's status in secondary markets, correlating with a 400% price increase over the following 18 months. Current ETF infrastructure represents a new variable in the adoption equation. Network upgrades remain on schedule. The XRPL Foundation released version 2.2.0 in September 2025, introducing automated market maker functionality to the built-in decentralized exchange. This enhancement increases liquidity depth for XRP trading pairs. Daily active addresses averaged 45,000 over the past quarter, up 12% quarter-over-quarter. Partnership announcements continue at a measured pace. MoneyGram expanded its XRP pilot to additional corridors in Latin America. PNC Bank joined RippleNet for treasury management services. Each integration adds incremental transaction volume to the ledger. Risk factors warrant mention. Cryptocurrency markets exhibit high volatility. Regulatory changes can occur rapidly. Exchange outages, though rare on XRPL, remain possible. Macroeconomic conditions, including interest rate decisions, influence risk asset pricing. The analysis presented here focuses on observable data patterns, not guaranteed outcomes. In summary, The combination of record ETF inflows, sustained whale accumulation, expanding network utility, and improving regulatory clarity creates a multifaceted picture of ecosystem development. The $2.25 price level reflects current market equilibrium between these supply and demand dynamics. This educational breakdown draws exclusively from public blockchain explorers, licensed data providers, regulatory filings, and verified social media posts. Viewers are encouraged to verify each data point independently using the cited sources. To continue receiving structured market updates based on verifiable metrics, consider liking this video if the analysis proves useful. Leave a comment sharing which specific data point you find most relevant to your research. Subscribe for regular reviews of on-chain activity and institutional developments. Share this content with others interested in cryptocurrency network analysis to broaden the discussion based on facts. Together, the community can maintain focus on measurable progress in the XRP ecosystem.